welcome everyone. Welcome to, not throwing it right thing. Welcome to Top Fuel's 5th anniversary raceversary here at Circuit of Spa. We are set to get this brand new season underway, and we come to a tough track, and I am looking forward to this one. It has been a long summer, and still not over with summer, of course, but we're ready to get this season going. A little bit about this season. As I mentioned, the start of the season, we come to Spa. Next race of the season, we head to none other than Twin Ring Motegi Oval. A lot of different racetracks in this series for this season. We are here at Circuit Spa. Of course, Twin Ring Motegi next week. Charlotte. This goes on for 20 weeks, guys. We finished the season out at Monza GP. And that's going to be interesting because I haven't really been there. I haven't been there at all. Been to all these other tracks, but never been there. Very anxious to see how this is going to handle. Spa is one of my favorite tracks, and a lot of guys recently got practice because the 24 Hours of Spa was just a couple weeks ago, or was it last weekend, I believe. And so a lot of guys have gotten practice. However, it is different because we're here in the Dallara 18 cars, and you see the cars on track right now. Qualifying going on at the moment, so West Fry currently on top of the board. So this brings me to the question. I want to get ahead and get this question early so we can have time to make sure we get it in. And if you're on Facebook, I want you to click which do you prefer. We're broadcasting all over Facebook right now, and YouTube, of course. So if you're on YouTube, go over and click which type of racing do you like as far as a race fan or a driver. I mean, it goes either way. If you're a fan of it that way, you can go that way. Real fast, let me do something actually, because I apologize, guys, to bring that up. I want to make sure you guys can hear me good. So give me just a second. Click the wrong thing. Oh boy, that's always awesome. Give me just a second, guys, I promise. So yeah, let me know in the chat, which do you prefer then? Do you prefer the road side of things? Do you prefer the oval side of things? And like me personally, I'm both ways about it. I like the oval side of things, but road racing is very unique. It's a very fun aspect of different types of racing. We get to see which one of these guys are good at it. I mean, it really does break down, which road ringer could come in here and win, because this is big for the start of the season. So, and I kind of want to go off that note a little bit. We do have a couple road courses this season, a few. Well, as I mentioned, we are here at Spa. Everybody knows that. I mentioned it about 500 times already. On week 6, we head over to, Autodromo. Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. And then from there, the next race we have is Watkins Glen. That is with the boot, of course. So there's 3. The Silverstone is 4. And then, of course, the Monza, which is 5. So we got 5 road races this season here for the Top Fuel Racing guys. And as I mentioned, we're just getting this season started. The Summer Light Series is actually still running for these guys as well. They run now on Sunday nights. We've been broadcasting them, but now they switch over to Sunday nights starting this weekend. I believe it's this weekend. Yes, the 28th, they'll be at New Hampshire. So it's very cool that they're still running that season, and it's cool that they're running this season now here on Wednesdays. We got 5 minutes left to qualify. Ronnie Osmer just jumped up to the top of the board. Who's your favorite? I think there's, man. Right now, at this very point in time, depending on some of these guys that race, if I had to predict one guy that's going to win this season, and I'm talking regular guy, okay, that I know is going to be here all season, Brandon Ryan has a really good shot, but Rick Ravon you can't count out as well. Of course, Scott Brinson. I think one of them 3. I don't know. I want to say Sam as well, but Sam's got to find the consistency. He's a very good driver, but he's got to put full races together. And so I don't know. I think it varies. But keep answering our poll. We're going to answer that halfway through the race, and I'm sure you guys, and I'll let you know the results as well. So it's very interesting to see which type of racing everybody likes here on Facebook. And like I said, if you're on YouTube, hop over to our Facebook Esports Broadcasting Network, and you can pick which type of racing you prefer. And there you see Brandon Ryan, Abby Thompson, of course, pulling for you. And yeah, like I said, I think Brandon's got a great shot. And maybe not so much here at the road, but he is fourth right now in qualifying, which is very awesome. And I think he's one of the guys that we could see win a lot of races this year, man. I think it's one of the things where he could walk out with multiple races won. I'm talking more than 5. If I was to pick a certain driver that can win these races, I've raced with Brandon a couple times. Brandon can win more than 5. Rick can win more than 5. And Scott Brents is one of them guys. Scott, I don't know if he can win more than 5, but he's one of them guys that are consistent. You know what I mean? Like over the long haul. To me, that's what wins a championship. You have to show consistency to win a championship, especially here in the IndyCar series. It goes so many different ways. And then we come to a place like Spa where it's anything. I mean, you can look right here at your track facts. 21 turns here at Spa. That is no easy task for anyone, especially here in this. I mean, let's just be honest. And, of course, one of the toughest turns, turn number 1 here at Spa. A very sharp right-hand turn, very hairpin. And, of course, turns 3, 4, and 5. That is considered 3 turns, even though to me it's really just 1. But it is considered 3 turns. That's going up El Rouge. Not much of a passing zone, but on the exit is a passing zone down Kimball Straight and turns, or into turn, or off turn 6 into 7. So there's your information about the track length. 4.5, well, almost 4.5 miles. This track is humongous. I mean, this is a whole beast in itself. This is going to test the best road drivers here tonight. And there's your good look at El Rouge, as we mentioned, coming up that steep left-hand hill, and or right-hander. And I mean, they're just carrying so much speed. I mean, they're going laps in less than 2 minutes here. Man, it's fun. I think it's going to be, like I said, I think it's going to be one of the best races we put on this season. As far as road races, I think this is going to be one of the most exciting. So anyway, we still got a minute and 50 seconds or so left here in practice, or qualifying. Real fast look at your weather. I want to give a shout out real fast. This track temp you see 93 degrees could cause an issue. Probably not. It's still pretty good track temp. But I want to give a shout out to our sponsors here on ESPN, iRacing Flag. Thank them for coming on board. If you're interested, go check out the iRacing Flag and be sure to use code esports2019, 15% off of your first purchase with them. So thank them for coming on board and sponsoring Esports Broadcasting Network. I know Sam really appreciates that. So looking right now, I'm looking at more road ratings. I see a lot of road ratings in here. You know, road ratings, and for people that don't know about what I mean by ratings, ratings are skill level. And I'm looking at basically skill level. Trust me, it don't mean much. But Wes Fry has the high skill rating in here with 3,500 in road. Right now he's sitting second. He was the fastest in practice. I think he's going to be the one to really beat tonight. I do know that Ronnie Osborne did jump up to the top of the board, which is awesome. With a good lap of 156.296. So if he can keep that kind of speed up, he may have a chance to win this one. Brinson just jumps up fourth, knocking Brandon Ryan now back to 5th place here in qualifying. Qualifying is very important here. There's your look at qualifying. We got a ton of people, by the way, in this race. 21 to be exact. So there's a lot of people in here for this race. And we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. Wrecks are going to probably happen early. I hope not, because I hate saying that, but everybody knows what this track can do here. So qualifying is going to come to an end. Ronnie Osborne is going to pick up his first pole award of the season, as there is still a couple of guys probably out on track right now, finishing up a couple laps, so they will get time. One being right here, Jonathan Goke, last year's Indy 500 winner here for the Top Fuel Racing League, dominated that race. Did get a little bit of trouble early on, but drove his way back up to the field and done a great job in picking up the Indy 500 championship last season here in Top Fuel Racing, running that same scheme that he ran, actually, at Indy, running it here tonight. So he's on track right now, getting some practice in. Of course, there's Brandon Ryan going up through turns, what is that, 6 and 7 and 8 now? And he's going to spin it around, get a little bit too much, and overcorrection. That'll be okay. Goat's still out there on track, and he's going to have time to finish this lap, I believe. Still 2 minutes before we officially shut down qualifying here. Since this was open qualifying, if you cross the start-finish line before the checkered flag wave, you do get time to finish that lap. So that's why we're seeing a couple guys right now out on track finishing that lap. But it does look like Rick Ravon, yeah, I mentioned him. He's the hottest driver this summer. Jumps up and actually takes the pole away. Actually, Ronnie goes back to third. Jeffrey Price jumps up as second. So here's Ernie Ludwig. He was very fast earlier in practice. Right now, 14th, however, as he works through the final sections of the track, coming up on turns 19, 20, 21. And here's a good little left to right or right to left bus stop, I guess. I don't know what we want to call that. I guess another hairpin top turn. And there's your start finish as he crosses the line. And will he jump up? He did qualify 13th. And he does not jump up. Also, they do got some push to pass. For people wondering, that is a little bit extra boost of horsepower. They do have 10 of them that they can use. All these guys have it mapped into their wheel. They can push it 10 times whenever they're trying to pass somebody. Got to be very smart about when you want to use that. You do not want to use that unless you got like a long straightaway. Really, right up El Rouge is a great DRS push to pass zone. So we'll see how they use that tonight. But it does look like Rick Ravon is going to be able to pick up his first pole award here of the new season. As I said, he was the hottest driver in the summer, and I don't know how it's going to carry over here to the IndyCar. So we'll see. Right now, you can't argue with it. It's looking good for him, but it's a whole different ballgame getting the pole, and he'll be the first to tell you that and winning this race. So we're going to look at him, hopefully, as the grid has officially begun taking place, and we will speak to our pole winner, Mr. Rick Ravon, as soon as he grids up here. I think he's got his grid on the backstretch, though. Yeah, they do. So we're going to have to do this kind of fast. Gridding here is really weird. You see, they're kind of like in a backstretch in a way. So as we wait for the number 6 car to grid up here at Spa, we will look at some of these other guys lining up at the moment for this race. As you see your starting grid. This is a grueling race for these guys. It's a lot of turns. There's row 11, Mark Walker. So it's going to be interesting to see how all this plays out for some of these guys. And you got to be very, 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 very patient here at the start. Well, is Rick not going to grid up? Or he's just waiting till the last minute? Probably that. And there he is. So now we'll talk to him, hopefully. There we go. That's what I tried to do. Let me see if I can bring him in real fast. Rick Ravon, you got a copy?
Yeah, buddy.
First place here. Start of a new season. I know the focus right now really very much on this race. What's it going to take to get the job done?
It's going to take a lot of patience, boy. It's going to take a lot of patience. I was actually hoping just for a podium tonight, but you know what? You really just have to be smooth, make no mistakes. 40 laps around this place is no joke.
Yeah.
Those curbs come at you real quick, and if you touch the curbs, it upsets the balance of the car, and you just got to be smooth and try to make as little mistakes as you can, because everybody's human and we make mistakes. But the less mistakes you make, the better chance you're going to have to move up in the field.
That is for sure, man. We'll let you go because I know you're about to go green. Good luck.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, buddy. So as we get ready to go green here, my dogs go crazy in the background. Sorry about that, fellas, guys. So that caution that just came out was manually thrown. Sorry, I was all over the place just now and I didn't get it in time. But it was manually thrown. Something happened there on a restart. And so that's why you see the yellow flag out here on lap 1. So they had to reset everything. So there was a little bit of an issue apparently. And which we kind of figured that would happen on the start. These cold tires, when these cars actually started the race, they started right here's where they started gridding out. Very weird to see that start. Or actually, didn't know it was farther down than this. I forgot. We're just now going through some of the track, or through the back part. It was actually right through here is where they started gridding out. Yeah, right through here is where it was. Riding on board right now, though, Rick Rayvon, catching up to the back of the pace car. It's a great shot, kind of like a helmet cam top thing. Give you all an idea. I know we had somebody cheering for Brandon Ryan. He fell all the way back to 18th on that start just because this place, the starts here are so crazy. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. Turn 1 is so tough. And you see it right here as we get ready to go into turn 1. You can see what I'm talking about. The sharp right-hand turn right here is where all that drama started. And there you see him catching the back of the pace car here. So what we'll do, guys, because this is such a long place, we will get a commercial break in while this happens. Once again, if you're on YouTube, go over to our Facebook page and answer our poll. Which do you prefer, oval or road?
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
For anybody interested that loves watching iRacing, very cool thing for iRacing will happen tomorrow on NBC Sports Network. They're having an all-star race for iRacing, the first ever live televised event for iRacing esports. It's very awesome for every iRacer. Man, that is such a big thing for us, for guys that love doing this. And that comes on around 5 p.m., I believe. I know I'm going to watch that. That's really going to be cool, man, to see some live racing live on TV instead of just, YouTube and stuff like that. So really cool. If you're at home tomorrow around 5 p.m., turn it over to Sports or NBC Sports Network. Even if you don't watch it, just turn it on. At least support it. The more views that would get, the better, because that is absolutely humongous for iRacing and for all these guys in here. So, yeah, really cool. You know what? Let's do something a little bit different. Are we still under caution? Check here. Pace lights are still on, so what I want to do, we can talk to this guy, Paul Crummer. I haven't talked to Paul it's been a little while since we talked to him, so I want to try to grab him if we can. Get some interviews in while we're under this caution. Hey, Paul, you got a copy?
Yeah.
Man, new season starting here tonight, and I know expectations is always a championship. You looked at the schedule for the most part. I think you've seen it. How do you think your chances this season is going to go so far?
Well, hopefully it'll be better than last season. Last season was a little rough on me. It seemed like no matter who I drove by, we were magnets. So, got a new sponsor, new car. Just gonna really focus on the championship this year.
Right.
Take it easy. Worry about points, not so much, being aggressive as much as I was last year, and kind of figuring out these cars and tracks a little bit better. But this track here I like because we just ran the 24 hours of Spa last weekend. So
yeah, and I was going to ask you about that. We go to 5 different road races this year. This being probably one of the biggest tracks that we go to because it's 4.5 miles long. So did you learn anything from that 24 hours that can actually translate over to this type of racing?
Yeah, I did a little bit. I know you can't throw around this car as much as you can the Ferrari. This car's awful light. You can really spin her out a lot easier, but it's got a lot more horsepower. I can really get into the corners, and it handles a lot and sticks to the track a lot better than the Ferrari did. So hopefully, again, we could just kind of take our time, get through the race the track and not race the people, and hopefully get a good turnout.
For sure, man. Well, good luck tonight. I know this race can be crazy, and it's very tough. So good luck tonight. We'll be watching, sitting in 8th place right now.
All right, sounds good. Shout out to chagmunitions.com, my new sponsor.
Awesome, man. Yeah, car looks great, by the way.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that.
So we will move him down. And are we still under? I got to jump back up to Rick to make sure the lights are still on. That's why I keep jumping up to him. So we're not under caution now. You know what? Let's talk to Brandon Ryan. I know we had somebody in here earlier talking about him. Let's get him in here. If I can find him. Hey, Brandon, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. Got a copy.
Man, I know we're about to go back green here in a few minutes. I want to talk to you a little bit about this season. You come in here one of the hottest drivers this season because of the summer series and stuff. Different car, though. A lot different tracks. How do you feel about your chances this season?
Definitely have a lot of confidence coming into this season. The Indy car is still very new to me, which is a good thing. I really enjoy this car. It's a lot of fun to drive. It's got a lot of downforce, but it still moves a lot under you. So you got to be really gentle with it. But it's a shame what happened there in the start. Kind of don't really know what happened. Just car appeared out of nowhere on me, but we'll get it back. Hopefully this track position helps. I'm not damaged too bad, so we'll see.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at your damage right now, and I don't know if anybody's told you. You actually look completely clean, like there ain't none. So you look completely good from what I'm seeing. So, man, good luck tonight. I know coming in here, I picked you to be probably one of my top 5 guys to win the championship tonight, or win the championship all season. So good luck tonight. We'll be up here watching. I know you got some people pulling for you.
Yeah, thank you very much. We'll try to make that happen.
Thanks, buddy. You too. So we'll move him down and jump back up. We're about to go back green flag, guys, and basically restart this whole session back over because they had to manually throw the yellow because of what happened on that start. A lot of guys could not make it past the start-finish line because that wreck just happened. And that's just one of the things that happens, guys. It's racing. There ain't nothing you can do about it. So luckily, though, it's balanced out. It looks like it's going to be a single file restart, which is awesome. And, but like I mentioned at the start of this race, you have to control the emotions. You have to make it past turn 1 in order to win this race or have a good finish. It's not necessarily about winning. You're here for a championship. Wins to come. So if you're like in the back right now, your goal is to get a good, solid top 10 finish. Move on the next week when we hit Twin Ring Motegi Oval Racetrack and see what happens. As I mentioned, make sure you guys keep answering that poll. I'm curious to see what you guys prefer. Oval or road. I mean, that's two different types of racing in general, so it's kind of hard to pick one or the other. But which one do you prefer? There we go, though. Rayvon back up on the front row. We're about to go back green here in just a few moments. Roddy Osmer starting in second. How about Osmer up to second? Good for him. Wes Fry, of course, in third right now. Got to keep an eye on him as well. Scott Brinson doing a great job holding on to fourth. Of course, we didn't really get too far along for much to change. So we'll see how this plays out. As we get ready to work down this long straightaway, you see all them trees there. It's very hard to see the cars from this angle. So kind of helps me know where I can use the blimp out. But here they go. Get ready to take a hard right and then a left-hand turn. And as soon as that pace car pulls in, the green flag's going to be out. And we are green flag once again here at Spa. And out front, Rick Rayvon going to be leading us down into turn 1. Remember, Calamity Corner, pretty much. We'll jump back a little bit further and try to jump up here in a blimp. Everybody looking good so far. Trying to just make sure everybody gets through that turn 1 clean. We got one car spinning around, and he is dropping back, and that is Cameron. Is it Cameron? Nope, I apologize. It was Chris Walker actually dropping back, I believe. So, back up towards the front. You see Rick trying to break that. Remember, these guys do get 10 push-to passes. So when do you want to use that is going to be very unique. And how will you defend that if you're one of these other guys? And you see Rick getting a really good pull away there on that exit of the corner. Some great racing right now up front. As we head to turn number 12 this time. Here comes the push to pass, and it looks like Rayvon trying to defend that. Looks like he did use it on the inside, and Rayvon trying to defend it on the outside. This is for the top spot, so can that number 6 car hold him back? And it appears he does. He won't have the corner this time. He squeezes it tight and makes the pass as he continues to lead the way. Jumping back, Johnny Annucci getting past right now. Just got passed by Sam Cooper Bennett. That was for 11th. Right here, Jonathan Goat slowly starting to reel in Jeff Wupker. Trying to reel in Jeff Wupker anyway. And Wupker got a really good exit on that corner. A little bit further back in the field, Chris Walker, Mark Walker. Mark may have went off track a little bit. Allow Chris Walker to get by. Now he's going to set his sights right up in front of him as Mike Grandy will look on board. There you go. Trying to catch this 51 car heading into the final corners, turn 20 and 21. Got to be real careful. As we mentioned, very tough corners here on the exit. And you see how gentle he was on that. It's actually going to allow Chris Walker to get up beside him, complete the pass. Will he be able to hold this? It looks like Chris going to move up now to the P17 spot here early in this race. We're on lap number 5 right now. Gap has kind of spaced out a little bit for Rick and Wes. Actually, Wes taking over top. I don't know what happened to Ronnie. Ronnie actually drops back all the way to 7th. He's now looking to the inside and will take it back over 6th place from Mike Eder as they work out of that corner. Johnny Annucci back here giving up that 12th spot to Ernie Ludwig. And here comes Jeffrey Price. We see Jeffrey earlier getting a little bit of trouble. It looks like he's trying to work his way back up here in that number 125 car. Looking to the inside, and Annucci's just going to let him have it. No need to really race too hard right now. Paul Crummer, I talked to him. How about Brandon Ryan making a pass up to 8th place after he was back in 14th at the drop of that green flag, and he is really starting to move up in this field since the drop of that second green flag that we had. He did start in 6th, had problems at the beginning, but has done a great job recovering since then. You look back, you see Paul Crumry trying to get back up to the number 82 car. Back out front, Wes Fry starting to run down Rick Ravon for the top spot. Going down into the final corners. This right here is going to be a good battle to watch all night. That Wes Fry really looks like he's special on these road courses, though. Ravon's going to try to hold him back at the exit. Oh, Wes gets a little loose, and that's going to cost him a little bit of time there. Actually drops about 3/10 on that little mishap from all the way from, actually 4/10, from 4/10 all the way back now to 8. So let's get a ride on this one as we get ready to head up El Rouge here at Spa. One of the fastest corners that these guys will take at this kind of speed. You see no letting off. Going straight up that hill, straight over it. And that's a great zone right through there to get that passes on. There's your DRS. It is activated right through there. Don't look like anyone used it this time. I don't know. Wes may have used his this time. I don't know if we can actually see that on board. We may be able to see it. See if I can hop inside the cockpit and tell. It ain't going to tell me how many push to pass he has left. I was hoping it would. So it's interesting. It shows he can go 35 laps on gas. I'm wondering if this is going to be a fuel mileage race. If so, some of these guys that actually pitted earlier, we could see that. Sam Cooper Bennett trying to stay out in front. Ronnie Osmer actually dropped a few more spots. He's now back to 10th place. Sam takes over that 9th, trying to run down Paul Crumry. Brandon Ryan moves in. Johnny Antonucci apparently just had some trouble. He is slow on the track. We'll see if we get a replay here. Watching the 37 car. Oh, he actually got some of the grass on the exit and done a good job not to get anything, so he'll be okay as this race continues. But he is going to have a lot of ground to have to make up over some of these guys. There's a race up front for the lead. Can't hear. I hope you can. Is there no sound coming in? There should be. Sorry about that. Yeah, you should have sound. Can't hear. It's showing it's working on my end anyway. Anywho, and I had to check it to make sure, but up front for the lead. Once again, Ravon led 6 laps. Wes Fry was the fastest last time by with a 1:57.003, a very good lap on his end. Will he be able to run down Rick Ravon this time? Remember, he got up here last time and a lot of, I don't know if there's aero or what happened, but got really loose at the exit of turn 21. And we're actually coming back up on that turn right now as we work the final few corners. Actually, we still got a couple corners to go. Sorry, I get confused where I'm at on the track, guys. Scott Brinson up to 3rd place right now. Looking at his last lap, he is off the top time, but still a solid lap. As we stand right now, actually, let's jump back. Here's some good battling right here with Ronnie Osmer, Sam Cooper Bennett. Ronnie all over the back bumper right now of that 11 car. Right up behind Paul Crumry. So here we go, heading into the final corners. Very tough passing zone. Got to give and take as Sam gets bumped out of the way. That's going to light a fire up underneath him. Let's see what happens. He talked last week like he was tired of getting pushed around a little bit. You see that wing damage. I wonder if that happened from that contact. Wing looked good. Did the tire get it? Oh, yeah. He got him pretty good. And Ronnie Osborne getting into Sam Cooper Bennett. And Sam's going to be a little bit slow because of that, so we'll see if that affects him. Probably not very happy. He was a little livid the last couple weeks, and we'll see if this plays a factor here tonight. As Osmer trying to hold or trying to get around Justin Chapman in that 50. Haven't talked about Justin at all tonight. There he goes, and there he went right into the tire barrier, and that wing is going to be damaged. That whole wheel is off. He's going to have to tow. Unfortunately, Justin Chapman will lose a top 10 finish. He had to tow back to the pits, and that's a long tow. Here's a replay, getting a little bit too much gas into it. And unfortunately, ended his not here for a chance to win this race. Him and Johnny Antonucci both in the pits right now. As you look out front, still being led right now by that number 6. He's got to make sure he's smooth and trying to walk out of here with the wind and out. We still got a long ways to go here at Spa, though, as we jump back a little bit. Here you go. Arnie Ludwig and Willie Glenn. Glenn with a good pass. So look at that pass. He was right behind. Watch this pass coming out of this corner on the outside into the inside corner. That was a great move by that number 70 car. He will move into the 13th position. He actually started back in 15th. He's in 13th. It's not updated yet. Not until he hits the finish line, but great job there. And here's some close racing. Jonathan Goat getting around to 42. Mike drops back now to the 7th position. This battle might not be done yet as we go down into turn 1 at DRS. Going to be active here for the driver of the 42. Let's see if he uses it. Hop on board. He's going to use that draft from Jonathan Goat. Can he get close enough to use the DRS? It is active right here. And he's going to just not use it, don't look like. He's going to try to get around him the other way. Goat moves into 6 and holds that. How about Brandon Ryan? We talked to him earlier. He's now moved back up to 6. He has driven his way through the field after some problems earlier. He dropped back to 14th. He is the biggest mover. So far, the driver of the night, I'm going to be honest. He's done a great job. Trying to catch up right now, Jeff Wupker. Wupker's another guy. But Jeff's not no slouch when it comes to road racing. He knows how to road race. He's a very talented road racer. He started in 7th, and he has gotten better since the drop of the green flag, now showing up in 4th position. And he's continuing to try to run down Scott Brinson, still about a second back, I believe, from the driver of that one car sitting up in 3rd place. Jeff, one of them guys that comes in here, it could be a very good force to be reckoned with as the season goes on this season. Let me actually see if I can grab them stats for you guys from Jeff Wupker. Like I mentioned, he is one of them guys that has always done well. There's so many drivers in here, though. It's going to be hard to find him. Trying to get the exact stats for him. There you go. He's made 18 starts here for the Top Fuel Racing League. Only 3 DNFs, which is really good. He does have 4 top 5s, 12 top 10s, though, which is very impressive. And if that's correct, not bad at all. So we'll see how he does as this race continues. Meanwhile, up front, Mr. Ravon, if you guys are wondering his stats, well, they're pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I mean, he has done a great job this summer. One of the best drivers in this league this summer, especially this summer. But from what I'm seeing, yes, he has 36 starts, only 2 DNFs. And 5 wins so far in 36 starts and 741 laps led here for the Top Fuel Racing Series. So when I said he's definitely going to be the one to watch this season, That's why I said it, because he is that good. Of course, the most races for anyone in this series go back to the driver in that in the third place, Mr. Scott Brinson, the owner of the league. He's got 195 starts here in the Top Fuel Racing Series, 25 poles, 21 wins. And wow, Kevin O'Brien was the second most at 166. That's impressive. And Paul Crumraw sits in third right now. Interesting story about Paul, though. As the race behind him, Brandon Ryan, Jeff Webker. There you go. Jeff trying to hold back Brandon. But interesting story about Paul Crumraw, who's sitting back in 8th place right now. Out of all his starts here in the Top Fuel Racing League, 150, he has 0 poles. It's interesting. There's just some stats as we watch the battle for 3rd place. Or 4th place, I apologize. You hear the downshifting happening right through here. Looking back as you ride on board with the number 90 car. See Brandon Ryan trying to close this gap up. Looks really good right there coming out of that corner. So anybody wants to know the polls, there you go. The results are in. And 80% prefer oval racing over road. That's interesting. Very interesting. I thought we'd kind of be both ways about that. Oh, there we go. Look, Brandon Ryan going to go off track. That's going to allow Jeff Webker to get back around him. So good job for Webker, able to hang on to that. Jonathan Goat trying to run down Jeffrey Prost for 6th place. He's right now running in 7th. Looking, everybody's kind of spaced out for the most part. That's just the thing with Spa. It does happen. Here's Ronnie Osmer running down Paul Crumraw. He's got a chance here. This is for 8th place. So we head into turn 1. Ooh, Ronnie almost gets in a little bit too hot. It's going to be a tough place to pass here as they go up El Rouge, and it looks like both of them makes it. Will we see the push to pass? Don't look like we're going to see it just yet. It is active. Oh, a little early braking there for PK as he slows down. Still holding on to that 8th position. Here we go. So tough place to pass. He's trying to put these passes on. He's getting such a good run in places that you really don't want to try to put a pass on. As you see him going off track there a little bit. Right through here's a good passing zone off the exit. And you see him going a little bit wider. He's going to try to get that run out. But he catches him at the wrong place where he can actually put the pass on that number 3 car. We'll stay with this battle for right now. Nothing's changed up front as Rick Ravon's still leading right now by 0.6 over 2nd place Wes Fry. The battle for 8th place as Ronnie Osmer was up front earlier. He's now looking. And he's going to have the position here going into the final corner. PK's going to have to let him have it. Actually, PK may be heading down pit road. I believe he realized he might be a little bit short on fuel, and he's going to go ahead and get under the top off. It's a great call, I believe. Let me double check to make sure there was no damage. Yeah, it's a pretty good call. I mean, if you're going to knocked up that way, you might as well go ahead and go down, top off with gas. It ain't going to hurt as we are 13 laps in. to this 40-lap race. We're just about halfway. Rick Ravon continuing to lead the way by 5/10 over Wes Fry. Scott Brinson about 6 seconds back. Jeff Lupker and Brandon Ryan starting to battle it out on track a little bit. There you go. Jeff going to go a little bit wide in this corner. This may allow Brandon to get a good run. You do see that gap close. This right here for the 4th position, as Jeffrey Price has actually been reeling both of these guys in from where he's at on track. So he has done a good job on getting back up towards the front. Once again, guys, you're watching the Top Fuel Racing League. It's the 5th anniversary for this series. Been around for 5 years. And Paul Cromer did exit pits. And we'll jump back up towards the leaders here as Wes Fry is trying to put some pressure here on the number 6 car. Both guys heading down pit road. So we'll see if Scott Brinson comes down or where he stay out. He's actually going to come down as well. Here comes Lupker. Brandon Ryan, Jeffrey Price is going to stay out. So all this is scheduled. Keep in mind, Jeffrey Price can go one more lap longer than the rest of these guys because he pitted back on that caution happened. So he's going to take over the lead. That's how close this race actually is right now. I mean, he was back in 8th place and was able to grab the lead away. I mean, we got everybody coming down pit road right now. So very interesting pit stops here starting to take place. And big race off pit road going to happen. There's your look at pit stops. 9.85, 34 seconds. Rick Ravon a little bit faster in general over Wes Fry. So good for him on that as he continues to go. So now we'll wait on Jeffrey Price, who should be coming down. Him, Ernie Ludwig, Kevin O'Brien, Mark Walker, and Mike Grandy should all be coming down. Connor Ojeda will stay out for one more lap probably. We'll watch Jeffrey Price. He should be coming to pit road this time. He is out front right now. I'm not actually sure how far he's out front. So this should or could be our first lead change. It's not official yet because the lap hasn't gone, so we'll have to wait and see where Jeffrey's box is. He started, where place did he start in? 2nd. So yeah, he's definitely going to lead this lap, or should. See if he hits pit road. He should hit pit road this time. This time or next? Yep, this time. So Rick Ravon has extended his lead over Wes Fry now. As we got Jonathan Goetz slow on track. And trying to get around. There he goes. And he's going to lose a couple spots. Mark Walker, Chris Walker goes around him. Not sure what happened. Let's see if we can get a replay here. Probably will spin. Yep, he got too much to the curb and went around. Done a great job not to hit anything. He's going to be okay with that. But want to mention Rick Ravon able to grab that lead away. As Jeffrey Price now exiting pit lane. Will he be able to come out actually a little bit better? Remember, he was in 8th place whenever he actually pitted. Right now, he is exiting in 5th. Brandon Ryan. That's why Brandon Ryan had a slow pit stop. 22 seconds for the number 82 car on pit road. I wonder if there was a speeding penalty there or something like that. A bunch of other guys on pit road right now as well. Kevin O'Brien has hit pit road. Ernie Ludwig on pit road as well. Mark Walker on pit road. Mike Grandy on pit road. Cameron, the 51, just pitted and just exited pit road, so he is down and away. And Jonathan Goetz has actually exited the sim. He, I'm not sure what happened there. Did he have another problem? Trying to find a replay. Ah, he disconnected. Oh, he must have connection issues. So unfortunately, Jonathan Goke, after having that spin, now is disconnected. So Rayvon continues to lead over Wes Fry, Scott Brinson, Jeff Wapker, and now 5th place, Jeffrey Price will be up in 5th. As we take a break, guys, we'll continue to be right back here in just a few minutes. You're watching SPA for Top Fuel Racing League.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, Top Fuel Racing League. You are watching the driver of the 3rd place car, number 1, Scott Brinson, who has started to run down, well, trying to run down Wes Fry. Thought he actually was running down. I apologize, he was not. That is Willie Glenn back to 18th. He must have had a problem. Yeah, he had a really slow lap last time by 3 minutes total for him. So something happened, unfortunately, to the 70 car. Oh, he's going to go off track. He's actually going to go out there on purpose. Go ahead and let Mr. Brinson by. Everybody's spaced out besides these two. These guys cannot get away from each other. Rick Rayvon and Wes Fry have been nose to tail since the drop of the green flag. This has been one of the best races all night on track, and it is for the top spot. .23 laps to go, and he's trying to use that. You see Rick breaking the draft. He's going to have a good run here He's going to be on the side, but Rick's going to guard that inside, and it's going to allow him to keep that lead for now. That royal purple, number 91 of Fry, really starting to breathe heavy on this 6. Remember, he does have some push to pass, depending if he hasn't used them all yet, which kind of was bad because I wish we could see it on his dash, but unfortunately we just can't see live dash like that. We can only see so much of the dash, like you can't see the push to pass or any of that stuff. So, but Rick was able to get a great run through that little section of the track. Here's a position battle for 4th place. Jeff Lufker. Jeffrey Price has caught him. He may look to the inside here. Great opportunity here for Jeffrey to get inside the top 5. He is 5th right now, looking to move up just a little bit. Meanwhile, the lead has broken back up, and we're back to nose to tail again. Oh, a little bit of wheel lock there on the 6. Will this hurt him? Here comes a run. Rayvon trying to hold on with everything he can. He wants to get this win tonight. This would be absolutely huge for him to get the win, especially over West Friday. That would be a big win for him. Uh-oh. West might have a run here. Up El Rouge. This is a great opportunity to pass, like we mentioned. Looks like he's going to try to use that draft again. You see Rayvon trying to break it. And Rayvon going, you see what he's doing, swerving back and forth. And once again, West Fry unable to use that draft. That's a great job by Rick, though. There's nothing wrong at all with him doing that. That's a great strategy to use, and he has done a good job on doing that. I just like the sound of these cars around this place. It is so insane how fast these guys are around here. I mean, you know, under 2-minute laps around Spa is pretty quick as we come to lap 20 this time. And once again, the battle for the lead. Right here's where we see the closest battle between Wes. Right here's where he seems better than Rick. Is right through this section and up El Rouge, but then Rick seems to pull away on the back section of the track. And right here really helps Rick. What he's doing right there, really breaking that draft. Uh-oh. Wes held that inside that time. That's a little bit different. Kind of a drag race now. And, of course, Rick going to have the position this time once again. Like I said, it just keeps going back and forth. Wes really good on that section, and that seems like his passing zone, but unable to get there as Sam Cooper Bennett hitting pit road. This is scheduled for him to hit pit road. He has worked his way back up to 11th. I'm trying to see if he's got that damage still. And that looks like that is fixed, so good on him to get that taken care of now. And what this is actually going to do is allow Sam to only make one more stop. All these other guys still have to make one stop, I believe, as well. Yes, they will. So everybody's still definitely one stop away after their next one. These guys are going to... Oh, there's your problem right there. Rick Rayvon goes off track. Now he's got to run down West Fry. This is going to be interesting. Real fast look at the lead. He didn't lose it. just was too much on the throttle and got a little bit sideways. So now he's got to try to run down to 91. Is that what Wes Fry needed to pull away from this 6 car? Very good pass. Oh, Wes Fry's going to go around. Oh, my goodness. Both drivers having problems. And Wes Fry hurt his wing on that one. This could be the opportunity now that Rick needed. Now he's just got to take his time, not make a mistake, and try to pull away with the damaged 91 behind him. And you see it right there, the damage on that car. He's going to have to hit pit road soon to get that fixed. I think these guys only get one fast repair in here. And there you see Ronnie Osborne hitting pit road now. Brandon Ryan takes over 6th place. He's going to try to run down Jeff Webker, who's up here quite a few seconds ahead, about 6 seconds, 7 seconds ahead of Brandon. But after that mishap with Wes and Rick, now showing 5 seconds back, and I'm curious of what that damage is going to do. We may see the Wes Fry car hit pit road this time instead of waiting. I believe I would go ahead and hit it now. So we'll keep an eye on that. Ronnie Osborne exiting pit road. Sam Cooper Bennett running a special paint scheme tonight. Get well soon, Dad. ESPN, of course, owner and founder. Done a decent job tonight. Right now showing in 13th. Of course, these guys, some of these guys in front of me has to pit as well. So we'll see how that shakes up once we all get that worked out. So I'm curious now, will we see the 91 hit pit road this time? Or will he stay out? He's going to stay out. Oh, he about did it again in the same spot. He's having so much trouble in turns 20 and 21 that is exactly where it's hurting him. And now he's going down into turn 1 and 2. But right in that little chicane is where he has a ton of trouble. So as we stay green here, Rick Ravon still leading this race right now, out in front by still 5 seconds. Well, 4.966 is what I'm seeing. Only 2 lead changes tonight. That happened with Jeffrey Price, who's now up to 4th place. Took that away from Jeff Webker. Brandon Ryan sitting in 6th. There's Rick Ravon not coming to pit road yet. Remember, these guys are going to have to hit pit road here in about 4 laps or so. Once they hit pit road this next time, I'm going to be honest, I don't think they can make it. I think they're still going to have to hit pit road at least one more time. So we'll have to wait and see how that all plays out. Everybody kind of spaced out right now. Remember, we started this race with 22 drivers here at Spa, and it has kind of spaced out. This right here is actually the closest battle on track. It is for 8th spot with Paul Crummer and Mike Either, who's running in 9th. You see him on your screen at the moment. He started back in 11th place. He's done a good job, though, in that Navy car. He's starting to slowly try to run down PK. That's up in the 8th position. As these guys, PK going to be hitting pit road probably within the next 2 or 3 laps. We'll see him come down the pit lane. There's the lap car, unfortunately, going or just letting Paul go, as well as Mike's going to let him go as well as they go down inside turn 1. PK getting a little bit loose on exit. Brandon Ryan once again slowly trying to work his way back up through the field. He had problems earlier in this race. And there you see him going around him. That was that Cameron? Nope. What was that? Not sure who he was. Oh, it was Kevin O'Brien. That's right. Wes Fry elected not to come down pit road. He's been really easier on that turn. He is actually, I believe, honestly, he's lost a lot of confidence right there because, Rick locks him up a little bit. But he is losing so much time at the end of this, going into turn 20. And I mean, that last time he lost 5/10 just in turn 20. I think he's being super easy on it. And that's honestly not what he needs to do, because it helps him set up turns 1 all the way up down where we're seeing right now into El Rouge, up through turns 3 and 4. That's where we see him being his best. Wes trying to nurse this thing back to pit road. We're going to see pit stops happening any time now. These guys been out there for 10 laps on this set of tires. The only way they're going to be able to make it is if they run at least 3 more laps. They can make it. If he can run it to 13, he can make it. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't see that happening as we got pit stops starting to happen. Paul Crummer coming down pit road in that number 3 car. So we'll see how he does once he exits pit road, and we're keeping a close eye on everybody else. Sam Cooper Bennett not going to come down this time. We know that. I'm trying to see if anybody else. Kevin O'Brien actually just pitted a few laps ago. One reason why he went a lap down. He pitted 4 laps ago. So I'm curious here, will Rick Raybon come down pit road this time? As I mentioned, I don't think these guys can make it to 27. I think they're going to have to hit pit road this lap or next lap. And that's still going to leave them about 3 or so laps short to make it to the end. Yeah, he's going to bring it to pit road this time. Definitely what we expected. And then Wes Fry will bring it next time. He's actually going to stay out. Interesting call there for him to go ahead and stay out. So we will have a lead change. Wes Fry going to be our 3rd leader of this race with 1 lap led now. So going to give him a bonus point there at least. That may have been why he did that. Brenson's going to bring it down pit road. And as well as everybody else, we should be seeing Jeff Flupker going to stay out. Looks like Scott Brinson on pit road, as I mentioned. Rayvon on pit road. Chris Walker, we'll see if he comes down pit road along with Mike Eder as well. And Chris going to bring it this time as well. So I'm curious, can Wes Fry make it to... he'll be able to make it. I don't see why not. That Royal Purple, number 91. Like I said, him and Rick has been out front. Everybody's seen that all night. It's been them 2 out front. Rick made the mistake, and I thought that was actually going to cost him this race. Rick made a mistake right here where Jonathan's about to go into this next corner, not this one. Actually, it's the next 3 corners. But anyway, Rick made a mistake, got a little bit wide, got sideways, actually had to let off the guys quite a bit, and allowed Wes to go around him and get out to a second lead. It was this corner where Rick had problems. But then, going into the final corner, there we go. Wes Fry hard into the number 51, Cameron, who tried to get out of the way. And unfortunately, Wes Fry is done with this one. And you see Cameron, he just was actually going to come to pit road. He tried to move up out of the way, and Wes looked like he may have got a little bit too much. Yeah, right there. and thought he would clear him and hard into the wall. And unfortunately, that's going to end Wes Fry's night. That is a big relief, however, for Rick Ravon. He don't want to win it like this. Nobody does, but you take it any way you can get it. And Wes Fry, one less contender that Rick has to worry about. Now, it's not over by any means. Actually, Wes just left TeamSpeak as well. So, like I mentioned, Wes was definitely a top 2 car, maybe first, maybe second. We know that. We've seen it all night. Unfortunately, taken out. I definitely don't want to put that on camera and spot. I kind of put that more on Wes, honestly. Just got a little bit too wide. Thought he could clear camera, and unfortunately, it happens. But it does take out a very good car in the 91 of Wes Fry, who is done for tonight. So Jeffrey Price takes the lead. 4 lead changes. Now that is actually his second lap. He will come next time by. That will turn the lead back over to Rick Ravon. This is going to move Scott Brinson up to second position. And if I'm not mistaken, Chris Walker up to third. I could be wrong about Chris Walker. I'm waiting to see. Actually, it will move Jeff Wupker up to third. I apologize. As Wupker right now battling Cameron out on track. And Cameron going to go ahead and let him go. And Cameron's in a decent position. He's in 14th, and there's still some guys in front of him that ain't pitted, so I don't see what he did. Definitely not wrong by any means. He tried to move out of the way. You know, fortunately, with road racing, that just tends to happen. It's so much harder to move out of the way. In a corner like this at Spa, it's so tough. So we're waiting to see Jeffrey Price come down pit road. Now, we know these guys are going to have to pit one more time for sure. And we'll wait and see what happens. And there you go. Jeffrey Price on pit road. And this is going to flip the switch back over to Mr. Rick Ravon, who is going to take the lead right about now. And next time by is going to be our 5th lead change of the night. Man, that's been a crazy night. Next week, guys, they head to Twin Ring Motegi. I haven't broadcasted a race at Twin Ring in, 2 years. So, and this is the first race of 2 there. They actually raced it twice, I believe. Want to give a shout out real fast to Sage Karam. Don't know if he's watching. Normal member of his league. Everybody knows Sage, IndyCar driver. Done pretty well this weekend. Hopefully he gets a really good ride. He's loads of talent. And he did well a few weeks back. And unfortunately was caught up in an incident, I believe. Mikey's are working out turn 21. And guys, I apologize. Brandon Ryan is on pit road. I did not see him sitting on pit road. And unfortunately out of the car and is 3 laps down. I'm not entirely sure what happened to him. I do apologize. It's so hard to keep up with live timing as things like that happen. It's more just luck on a place like this where it's so big. It's so hard to see. So Brandon Ryan, as I mentioned, one of my favorites possibly to have a chance at championship out of this race. Luckily, it's early on. He's just now actually leaving pit road after spending 6 minutes on pit road. And I think he can still make up 1 spot at the moment, but unfortunately for him, definitely not what he wants to happen. Connor Ojeda as well. He's in 16th. He hasn't had the greatest night. He joined me in the booth last season for these guys for the Indy 500. Great guy. Unfortunately, not having the greatest night as well. Him or Brandon Ryan, teammates, I believe. So they'll load up and go to the oval track where that's going to be the interesting race when we start seeing these ovals. So something interesting, Jeffrey Price is shown in third, actually right behind Scott Brinson. And, I thought that Jeffrey would actually be back in fourth, but after that pit stop, he is shown in third place, so good for him. And you're not going to save enough gas to make it. Everybody's going to have to pit again. So I just want to make sure everybody knows that you can't save that much gas around here. So something else that's interesting, I noticed Paul Crumright actually just exited the pit road a few laps, or this lap, or last lap, should I say. He's crossing in ninth place. I don't know if he can make it. It's going to be very close for him. He is showing a lap down. I think that's why. I don't know. That's going to be close. I think he's only showing a lap down because Rick hadn't pitted yet, though. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. When do you want to pit? Scott Brinson's pitting now. Great call. Because this will be enough to get him to the end. The less gas in the tank means the faster you'll be. Great call on Brinson's part to go ahead and pit early. Might actually be able to take advantage of this. Alright guys, we're going to take our final break of the night. And we'll be right back right after this. I'm going to eat me a piece of pizza real fast.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Green flag, everybody.
Going to be a wreck behind you, going to be a wreck behind you.
So I don't know what to do.
Somebody put oil down. We're hurting the fence. Are they flagging it?
Flag, white flag. Clear, click. Man, this is it, check a flag.
Welcome back, Top Fuel 5th Anniversary Raceversary here at Circuit de Spa. Watching Sam Cooper Bennett, and I'm sitting here curious about something. I am very impressed with this man right now. He's in 6th place, and he's 12.6 ahead. This man may have enough gas to finish in 6th. That would be a fantastic finish for him. And I'm not saying it to discredit him or anything like that. I'm saying from where he started, had trouble early, and has a little bit of trouble there. Now, you can't have that kind of trouble. Sam, keep it on the track, buddy. You're doing a good job. Now, he's going to have a little bit of handful now. Mikey's are going to close that gap some. But he's done a good job, so I'm anxious to see if he's going to make it. Now, a little bit about this guy. Rick Ravon, our leader, will have to hit pit road within the next 5 laps. And same as Jeffrey Price. It's getting close on field mileage, but like I said, I don't see anybody trying to save gas. It's just so tough to save in these cars. Especially around a place like this that's 4.5 miles long. But we'll see. Rick working up El Rouge right now in the number 6 car. Remember, it was Rick and West that battled it out all night long tonight. And West, unfortunately, had some trouble in this race. That is true, Todd. I about forgot. You are right about that, though. Yeah, I don't know if they can make it. That's the thing. So we'll have to wait and see. As we're getting down to the gritty now. It's coming up 7 laps to go next time by. Scott Brinson right now running. Actually, where is Scott Brinson? He's back in 5th. He was the first one that pitted out all these guys. Or last one to pit, should I say. He's good to go to the end. What's making me curious is Jeffrey Price. Let's see. Yeah, he can't make it. I'm showing 6 laps on him, and we know that they can only make it 11. So, but what I'm curious about is Sam Cooper Bennett and Scott Brinson both. That's 12 laps. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know. That's going to be very close for them, too. If they run out, it's going to be coming to the line. And that would be devastating for both of them. Rick Ravon being very generous right now on not pressing the gas too hard, as Jeffrey Price has done a great job tonight. Spoke a little bit about him. He's led a few laps as well. 3 to be exact. Started in 2nd, is running 2nd. And one of them guys that knows he's road racing, and he's proved it here tonight. So he gets ready to head up the steep climb here at El Rouge. 7 laps to go for him as well. Everybody's wondering why Jeffrey Price can pit or stay out a little bit longer than Rick. We had a yellow manually thrown on lap 1 of this race, and Jeffrey actually waited an extra lap, and he came down under that caution and topped off. Just for the heck of it. Never know. And that's why he's able to go 1 lap longer than Rick. So we'll see if it pays off. Like I said, I think he's still going to have to pit, but we'll see. Started tonight with 21 drivers. Another driver that was doing very well was Brandon Ryan. Unfortunately, not having the night now he wanted. He is in 16th place. He did just pass Connor Ojeda. Unfortunately, Connor's going to finish in 17th. He has disconnected as well from the server. Cameron, another one of those guys, unfortunately getting caught up. He was the one that Wes and him made contact. Mike Grandy, Mark Walker. Mark has done decent. I mean, 12th place. Definitely not his type of racing. but he has done a good job running in 12th right now. So, and he does not have to pit anymore. Kevin O'Brien really done good tonight in 10th. Haven't spoke a lot about Kevin. The second most starts ever in Top Fuel Racing at 150. This is his 151st start here tonight. So congratulations to him on that. It's a lot of races. Jeffrey Price has elected to hit pit road. So that answers the question. We know he couldn't make it. He went ahead and hit pit road. He's probably going to take a splash and go here. See if he takes a full tank. Probably half a tank, I would guess. He's actually going to elect to change tires as well. So at an 7.1 second stop for him. Good stop, actually, for him. So Scott Brinson trying to slide up in front of him. Actually, there's your distance right there between what will be second and third. Maybe Jeff Wupker still has to pit as well, who's did take over second. And, of course, this guy, Rick Ravon, is going to have to pit here soon. Another guy that don't have to pit is Chris Walker right here in that black and white car. He just passed Kevin O'Brien going up El Rouge. He is actually up to 5th place. He has done a great job tonight. Very impressed with him. Starting at 8th. But has done a good job, honestly, considering everything that's happened with everybody else. And looking at his first top 5 of the season. Remember, this is the first race of the season for these guys. Here the downshifting in the cars, and Brinson on pit road. Definitely not surprising there. Wupker maybe following suit next. Let's see. He can stay out for 2 more laps if he elects to. Will we see him come down pit road? No, we will not. He's going to stay out. And will he take the lead over it? Looks like he might take the lead. I don't know. It's going to be close if he's going to be able to grab the lead or not. Through turn 1. He does take the lead, but once again, he will have to pit. And I think Rick knows that. That's why he let him go like he did. And it's not going to be a lap led. He's going to have to lead this lap and then stay out 1 more lap to get that lap led. Once again, guys, if anybody's interested in watching these broadcasts and stuff like that, check out tomorrow on NBCSN at 5 p.m. They will be running a NASCAR All-Star event for iRacing, the first ever live event on national TV. And that's pretty cool. At 5 p.m. Eastern Time on NASCAR America, they're doing it. So it's pretty cool that they're doing that. Really looking forward to that. And Wupker is going to pit road, and that's going to turn the lead back over to Rick Ravon with 4 to go. So Jeffrey Price going to try to get up there and pass Jeff Wupker for 2nd place. Scott Brinson trying to do the same for 3rd. And I believe both these guys will be able to do that. And same, there you go. Both of them completing the pass. Chris Walker probably not going to be able to get up there to complete that. Sam Cooper Bennett. Everybody kind of spaced out by so much. It's really just getting there to the end. Here's a battle for spot. Justin Chapman taking away 10th spot from Kevin O'Brien. Good pass there for Justin. Talked a little bit about him earlier. Started back in 20th place. Done a good job. Moved up 10 spots. That's the highest he's actually been. We'll see if he's able to hold that spot from Kevin. Working up through El Rouge. These guys are one lap down, but here comes Kevin with a big run on the outside. And going into turn number 3 or 4, it's going to be tough. Kevin trying to hold that. And Justin going to have to give it up. So another lead, or another 10th place change. Kevin O'Brien takes it away. Justin looking to the inside, not going to be able to get there. And Kevin's going to run off track, and that's going to allow Justin to get that spot away. This time anyway, and you see the distance now between 10th and 11th. Justin Chapman takes that spot away from him. Ernie Ludwig was very fast in practice. Started at 14th, however, is up to 8th. And he's going to be cutting a close on field as well. Here's what I'm wondering if they can make it. It's going to be very close. Like they're right on the edge of it. Scott Brinson, Sam Cooper, Ernie Ludwig. Going to be very close on field. It has been a night to remember for Rick Ravon, coming in here at one of the toughest tracks these guys are going to face all season long, with little resistance from anyone. Wes Fry was the biggest competition he faced early on, and unfortunately Wes having some trouble and turned 21, and that's basically what set him back from having a chance at winning this thing. But that's the way it goes sometimes. Rick's been out front now for 33 laps out of the 40. And we are coming down to 2 laps to go next time by. Has been a long race here for these guys tonight. Next week, as I mentioned, we head to Twin Ring Motegi. We'll be live at 9 o'clock for that. This Friday night, we'll be broadcasting once again the IR18 Series from Talladega. Be fun to watch them guys go at it again. Great race last week. And, of course, Friday night as well, Paskey's Racing Series. The Cup Series will be racing. And then Saturday, NASCAR will be live. And I'm thinking NASCAR's at Pocono, which I should actually have a great chance at doing good there. We'll have to wait and see. Didn't do too good in New Hampshire. I made the wrong setup. Messed up on it. Ravon looking to come to a white flag next time by. Does have a lap car right here in front of him. Just for position? No, it is not. And there you go. Ernie Ludwig just going to let Rick go. Sam Cooper Bennett driving that pink and red ESPN cancer card, pH awareness on the side as well. It says, "Get well soon, Dad." He'll be broadcasted Friday night here on the Esports Broadcasting Network, Facebook and YouTube. Make sure you follow and subscribe if you're on YouTube, and follow on Facebook. It will alert you anytime we go live. I believe it does anyway. And the white flag is out, and you know what? We're kind of spaced out here. We haven't done this. Let's get a full ride around circuit of Spa. Heading up the hill at Eau Rouge. You see the speed he carries. 6 gears all wound up. You got a downshift, probably third, I would guess. Fifth, fourth, third. Oh, all the way down to second. Rick Ravon has been one of the hottest drivers in Top Fuel Racing this summer. He's won multiple events in the Summer Light Series and has dominated them. And he's done the same thing here tonight with 35, looking to lead 36 laps. Started first, going to try to pick up the win over Jeffrey Price, who started second. Jeffrey had a little bit of trouble earlier. He fell back, but pit strategy worked out and got him some spots back. Final time down here in turn 19. He will see turns 20 and 21. Next time by. There's 19. Here we go. For the final time, and the first time this season, Rick Ravon is going to drive through turns 20 and 21. Be really easy. He is going to see the checker flag here at Spa. Next up in second, as Rick crosses the finish line, Jeffrey Price is going to have a podium finish. He's going to finish in third. And in third place, I apologize, Scott Brinson. Well done tonight for him. He's going to finish in third place after starting fifth. And fourth, Mr. Jeff Webker going to cross the start finish line. Great night for Jeff. Great way to start the season out. And got to be happy with this guy as he works through the final turns. Chris Walker has basically minded his own business tonight, and he's going to walk out of here in fifth position after that. Sam Cooper Bennett rounding out the last few. He's still got a little ways to go before he crosses the finish line, but he is riding in sixth right now. Got to make it there first. Sam looking to finish in that sixth position as he works through the final couple turns. Downshifted all the way down to second gear. Through the final turn, Sam Cooper Bennett's going to come in and start the season off right. As long as you don't rank it with a sixth place finish here at Spa. Mike Eder going to finish in seventh. Ernie Ludwig in eighth. Paul Crumrod ninth. Justin Chapman will finish in 10th. Kevin O'Brien with a decent run in 11th. Mark Walker Cameron going to finish in 12th. Mike Grandy 13th. Or I apologize. Mike Grandy will 14th. And Willie Glenn will finish in 15th. So here's your winner tonight. Congratulations to Mr. Rick Ravon. We're going to talk to him here in just a few moments. Let him get all sorted out. So congratulations to him. Picks up the first win of the new season. And I said he was the hottest driver coming in. We talked to him at the pre-race. And now we're going to talk to him here. There you go. Burning it down. And we will bring in Mr. Rick Rayvon, who finishes in the top spot, the hottest driver coming in. Rick, you got a copy?
Yes, I do, my friend. How are ya?
Probably not as good as you, man. You just led 36 laps, and it wasn't easy by any means. You had your hands full the first half of this race. Talk us through your entire night.
Well, obviously, I knew that the start was going to be interesting. I had Ronnie right on my rear end, and I had to fight him off for the lead. And then Wes was there. I don't know what happened. Ronnie had his problems, and he spun. And then, Wes was all over me, and the two of us were pulling away from the rest of the field. So I figured, okay, I just have to, deal with Wes. It's only one car at this point, and just got to keep it smooth, keep it clean, keep it quick, and just don't make any mistakes because, Wes, he is just, he's a machine.
He's amazing, yeah.
Yeah, he's a machine, and so, trying to break the draft on the straightaway and stuff like that, he got alongside me a couple times, but, I wouldn't give him the inside line, and, he raced like a gentleman, and I knew he would, and, it was just a great race, and then the first pit stop, and then, he reeled me back in, but, again, I was just trying to not make mistakes and try to be smooth, and then the second pit stop, I don't know what happened to West, but he dropped back, and I was like, holy cow, now I've got like a 20-second lead. So, I was able to kind of cruise from there and just keep it on the dance floor, baby. This is amazing. This is awesome. I ended the last season with a win at Pocono, and I begin this season with a win. This is awesome.
And I mentioned that you're the hottest driver coming in, man. Not only is this a road course win, I want to know what this does to your confidence, knowing that this season's just getting started. We still have 4 road courses left this season. Does this help you going to them other road courses?
Well, it sure does. It took a while for me to get sort of acclimated with iRacing. I've really only been doing this for a year.
Wow.
And I'm trying to get used to the physics and the secrets behind the physics and where to run and the grip and how to brake and trail braking and all of this stuff. And it just sort of started to gel, and then all of a sudden it just like clicked on the road courses and on the ovals as well. And it's just. I don't know. I really don't know what to say. I'm not an alien, and I don't think I ever will be, like on the level of, say, a Sage Karam.
Right.
But I can hold my own on the road courses, and I've always had a pretty good degree of success along the years in R Factor and other sims. So I'm just excited, man. I really want to win the championship. I know Scotty's got 3 in a row. He's going for 4. And I love Scotty to death, but I'm here to burst his bubble and rain on his parade. I want this title.
Yeah, man. Like I mentioned, you're one of the hottest drivers coming in. You've done a great job tonight. 36 laps led here at Spa. Big win for you. Any shout-outs you want to give out?
Not really. No, I want to give a shout-out to Scott Brinson, of course. Thanks for putting on this league. We got a great group of drivers out here, and, pretty much a full field tonight. Sorry that Nate couldn't make it. I was looking forward to racing with him. But hopefully he'll be out there next week. Obviously, thanks to you in the booth. Thanks to my wife, who's waiting upstairs for me in bed. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, all right.
Can't wait. I want to say I love you, Mila. I love you, Mercedes, and everybody who's watching on YouTube and on my Facebook channel. Thanks for supporting me. Grim Ganassi, you're awesome, my brother. And I don't know. What can I say? Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord Jesus.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you, my brother.
Thanks, buddy. Next up, we'll talk to third place. Scott Brinson, who finished in third. Scott, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Man, you started 5th, and now this race, it started off hectic. You started in 5th in a chaos of cars, and you come home, finish 3rd tonight. Not a bad way to start the season out.
Yeah, no, especially on a road course. I'm actually going back now to look at that first lap incident. I think I got into Jeff, but I'm not sure because I didn't get any X's for it. So I wasn't too sure if I actually did or not. But if I did, I want to take this time to apologize to him. That's my mistake. Didn't mean for that to happen, obviously. But all in all, after the caution and everything, we did pretty good on the restart, maintaining our position for as long as we did. Lost the spot there at the end, but Jeff Bryce, man, he was flying, dude. So, I kind of expected that. I did everything I could to stay as far ahead of him as I did after the second stop, but then I've come back in and made that stop right away. Made my car a little heavy. I had a feeling that was going to happen. Slowed me down quite a bit, but all in all, man, 3rd place, I'll take it.
Yeah, not bad. Definitely a good way to start the point season out. Everybody knows that you're going to be one of the guys to beat. I talked about it at the start of the broadcast tonight. But next week, Twin Ring Motegi. I feel like you might be pretty good there. How do you feel about heading there?
Oh yeah, definitely. Twin Ring's one of my better tracks, and yeah, I'm looking at it right now, and I did get into Jeff. Just barely touched him, but it was enough just to disrupt his car. He got down on the curb, and being that he was on that curb, I just slightly nudged him, and that was what caused that. So yeah, that's my fault, and I'll take ownership of that.
Well, luckily it didn't hurt him too bad. He finished right there behind you, so not too bad, man. Third place tonight. Any shout outs you want to give out?
Yeah, man. I want to give a shout out to my girlfriend Brittany, who's sitting over here next to me. She was my co-pilot tonight. Didn't really need her for much tonight, other than just turn the air down, and it was getting hot in here. But want to thank her for being here to help me out. I love her very much. Want to thank her kids. Want to thank my mom. Want to thank all the fans that watch. Want to thank all the drivers that came out and supported the 5th anniversary of Top Fuel Racing. Can't believe it's been 5 years already for this league. But 5 race anniversaries in the book, or well, 4 of them anyway. 5-year anniversary, but 4 races in the book. This is probably my best finish in this anniversary race. So just thanks to everybody who came out and supported this, and thanks to the sponsors that support this league, and you, Adam, and Sam, and everybody else that helps keep this thing rolling. I appreciate all you guys.
Just to let you know, you're coming up on your 200th start here in Top Fuel Racing.
Yeah, it'll be the 200th race. This was 196.
Yep.
Had we finished the lights, and I jumped the gun when I announced that this would be the 200th race, but I was thinking that the lights series would be over, and it's not. But yeah, we'll run a couple more lights races and a couple more IR18 races, and then we'll be at 200.
Well, good job tonight, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, buddy. Next up, we'll bring in 6th place, Sam Cooper Bennett. Sam, you got a copy?
I do indeed.
Well, everybody knows. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Before you talk to Sam, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just want to send this performance out. I want to dedicate this to the memory of my friend Christina, who passed away a couple weeks ago. She was a childhood friend of mine. Didn't even know she was sick. 39 years old, died. So I want to dedicate this performance. I drove my ass off tonight and probably finished better than I ever should have here. So this one's for you, Christina.
For sure, man. Good job tonight.
Thanks.
So, Sam, back to you. Finished in 6th place tonight, and honestly, wasn't easy. You got a little bit of damage early, and it messed up the wing. Somebody bounced you into you, but 6th place coming into Spa. We know that you like these races, and you just had a lot of practice in the 24-hour. Overall, 6th place, not too bad.
Yeah, I got into it with Ronnie Osmer, I believe, on the 7th lap, so that set me back a bit and put me right to the back of the field, but I had a lot of fun getting through the pack here tonight, and I knew I had the pace for at least a top 10 anyway, but to finish 6th after being last at one point is a pretty special feeling. I'm very happy with where I finished tonight.
Yeah, and, I just talked to you a couple of days ago, and kind of switching gears a little bit. You said you want to be a little bit more aggressive. We've seen that tonight, and it definitely paid off, and I think that I mentioned this at the start of the broadcast as well. I think that I mentioned 5 guys that could have a good season. You was one of them, as long as you was able to stay consistent. Tonight, definitely a stepping stone in that direction. We still got, 4 other road races, but, of course, Twin Remo taking next week. These races coming up are going to be very important for you, and I'm sure that you would agree, especially now that we're switching over to the oval side of things.
Yeah, Motegi is a bit of a crapshoot for me. Sometimes it gives me luck, sometimes it doesn't.
Right.
Last time we were there, I had a good race. I was sitting in the top 10, and then while I was burning fuel, decided to let go of the clutch too early, and I spun out and hit the wall. So I have a habit of stepping on my own junk while I'm Motegi, so I hope I don't do that again this time.
Yeah, for sure, and everybody knows that place very difficult anyway. So you finished in 6th tonight, man, always consistent, and that's what we need to see more of you, as I mentioned earlier, and that's what's going to get you to that next level to have a good season. So 6th place tonight. I know you'll be back in the booth on Friday, I believe, right?
Yeah, I'll be there for Paskies,
yeah.
Pocono.
Yeah.
Yeah, before I go, I just want to give a shout out to to my team, Rated R Racing. We put on a good show here tonight. All of us except for Kevin, we finished inside the top 10. Unfortunately, Will didn't finish tonight, and I want to give a shout out to my dad. I don't know if you saw.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, the special paint scheme tonight.
Yeah, my dad's in hospital right now, having not very well. So I put something on the side of the car, say "Get well soon, Dad," and Dad, get well soon if you're watching. And I hope you get a speedy recovery. I know it's not the most exciting of times right now, but it's a long way. It's only a tunnel, and there's always light at the end of the tunnel, and we'll get through it.
Yeah, man, for sure. That's always the most important thing. Well, Sam, everybody knows where I'm thinking about you, and I'm sure everybody in here is thinking about you, man. So, of course, that we'll talk to you here Friday, hopefully.
Hopefully. See you Friday.
You too, buddy. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us tonight. My thoughts on the race, fantastic race and all not. You can look right here somewhere. Results. There you go. Sam Cooper Bennett. Just talked to him, finished in 6th. We talked to Scott Brinson, finished 3rd. Rick Ravon, your winner. Jeffrey Price, Jeff Lupker finishes in 4th. Chris Walker, 5th. And the rest of these guys, Paul Crumwright in 9th. Ernie Ludwig finished in 8th. Justin Chapman battled back there on the last couple of laps and finished in 10th. Kevin O'Brien, decent run tonight, 11th. Mark Walker, Cameron in 51 and 13th. Mike in 14th. Willie Glenn. Brandon Ryan, not the most he wanted. He had a really good car, possibly a top 5 in 16th. Connor O'Hara just not really feeling his track tonight. Finishes in 17th, 11 laps down. Wes Fry, one of the guys that actually had a chance at Rick Ravon, will finish in 18th. Rodney Osborne, Jonathan Gook will finish in the 19th position, or 20th position. Johnny Antonucci finishes in 21st. So that's going to do it for us here tonight, guys. I hope everybody enjoyed the broadcast. We'll be back with these guys next week. As Scott mentioned a few minutes ago, this is the 5th anniversary for this league, so be sure to tune back in next week. Twin Ring Motegi live at 9 o'clock, Facebook and YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and all that good stuff. I hope everybody has a great night. Y'all take care, and we'll see y'all Friday. Have a great night. God bless.